do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Shia. One more flex. We're now on the stream mindset, and we're going to be previewing some play-alongs that are available on the link on the screen. This one right here. JaredO'Leary.com/drum. There's over 2,000 hours of drumming content, adding a new play-along every single day. Good morning, Stanley. And yeah, I'm going to preview some of the ones that are coming out over the next couple of months. I've got stuff scheduled into May now, so stay tuned. So there's a bunch of Chug variations. There's 18 of them that'll be coming out. There are some grid variations that are going to be coming out as well. And it's 2 accent version. And then there's a bunch of different technique exercises that'll be coming out. So I'll be kind of talking through or playing through some of those today. So let's get into this. Actually, before I do that, I want to kind of show you something. So there was a short that released. Good morning, dear. There's a short that released this morning that was talking about warming up before warming up. And so I kind of want to show you what I did with the drumline to actually do that. So as a drumline, the first thing that we started off with was doing just buzzes for like a minute or two. This is a great way to get the blood flowing in your hands, get everything moving and whatnot. And then after a minute or two, the center would start playing 16th notes with different stickings. Whatever they wanted to do, they could do different rhythms, they could pause, they could stop, as long as it ended up with 16th notes, not triplets, etc. Unless you played flams. Whatever they wanted to do in order to just get the blood going, the whole drumline would shift over from buzz rolls into the 16th notes and the flams, etc., etc. Then after a minute or two of playing like flams, different sticking patterns, the center snare would then do some kind of a, like, adding in diddles to it. So like, whatever they want. That basically told the line, hey, now you can play some diddles, and then they would start playing diddles on top of whatever pattern they were doing. After a minute or two of that, the center would then play a measure of 16th notes, and then a measure of double strokes, going back to singles, doubles, singles, etc. And then gradually speed up and slow down. Emphasis on gradually. There weren't any jumps in the tempo. So it was very slowly going a little bit faster, a little bit slower. So the purpose for this was to warm up the hands first with the buzzes, then the 16ths and the flams. Then to make so we get into more intricate stuff with like the adding in the diddles. And then we are going to warm up listening in by playing something simple like the 16th notes that were alternating and then doing the double strokes and then slowing it down and speeding it up. So that way everybody is forced to listen into the center. And so the center had to be really solid with being able to go against the grain and kind of speed it up and slow it down. So that's what I highly recommend. It just takes a few minutes to go through it, and then you can actually go through the different exercises and whatnot. So a little elaboration on the short that went out today. Let's warm up, and we'll warm up with Chug variations. So in here, this one just released today, and there's a bunch more that are going to be coming out over the coming weeks and whatnot. Actually, I'll give you a little preview in here. Okay, so you can see these are released in May, and then I've actually got some other stuff that are here, like some grid variations that are currently not scheduled. But yeah, we've got plenty of content that's going to be coming out. So on here, on my YouTube channel, we've got a bunch of grid variations. We've got a bunch of drum charts that'll be coming out, some more. And then there's a bunch of chop and technique stuff. So all these are scheduled, a new one every single day. This is in March now. And then we're just going through here. This is February's content. And then we get into today's content. Okay, so this Fortnite video is coming out tomorrow. There's going to be a 2-accent version of grid, and then we'll have accent relaxer, and then we'll have 2-accent version of grid with a diddle on one, and then we'll have the normal version of Chug, so etc. There's a ton of things that'll be coming out over on the YouTube channel, so stay tuned for that. Let's go back here. Whoops. No, let's go here. /drum. Okay. Anyways, back to the Chug. So in here, again, you can only see one of these on your end right now, the Chug framework, but let's kind of go through this. For every single one of the play-alongs, you can go into the timestamp, and you can jump to whatever BPM you want. Now, the Chug framework is like a tool for practicing Chug, so you can put anything on it. So it's currently just the shell, basically. Whoops. I pressed the back arrow, and it skipped BPMs, apparently. All right, let's try this again. Let's do here. So with this variation of Chug, it just provides the shell, like the accents, essentially. So you can put whatever you want, like flam accents and flam taps. Or something different. So like in that case, started off with the flam accents and flam taps, then went into paradiddle diddles and paradiddles, and then the very last line did paradiddle 4s on the 8th notes. So you can put whatever you want on this framework and practice any variation of Chug from 20 beats a minute all the way up to 160 beats a minute. Let's do a different version. Whoops, I pressed N to mute it. Whoops. Let's do flam drags and flam taps. Now let's do cheese cha-cha-cha and cheese inverts. Let's see. Good morning. You can do it singles, Marvel Player. How you doing on TikTok? You could do whatever you want, basically. Because this is a framework, it just allows you to do whatever you want on this variation to just kind of get your hands flowing. And again, you can speed it up, slow it down. I'm doing great, and you? Change it. So you can switch in and out of different variations, etc. Got a little wonky there. Cool. So that's the framework. This one's out today, and there's going to be, again, 17 more variations of this coming out soon, which we'll play through quite a few of these in a minute. But first, we're going to stretch and massage, get ourselves nice and relaxed. So first thing I like to do is just chilling. Good to hear, good to hear. You put your sticks like this, palms facing up, and you pull in, you follow through, and you push out like that. This gives you a nice, good stretch down the forearms. I learned this stretch 25, 26 years ago, something like that. Been doing it ever since. It's a good one. When I first started playing drums back in the day. And then to get out of it, you just go the way that you came. If you do traditional grip, rotate and hold at one end of the extreme. Ooh, that feels good. Then rotate and hold at the other end of the extreme for like 20, 30 seconds, whatever you need. I don't do traditional anymore. Now, I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearm, so you could do it one at a time by pulling back a little bit like this. You could do it like this, putting a little bit of weight onto it. Or you could do it on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper your stretch. I'm going to do this one. Don't put all your weight into it. You don't want to rip stuff. That's bad. Yeah. Now we're going to stretch the top side of the forearm. So you could do it one at a time like this. You could do it on your pad like this. You could do this on your legs like this. Or you could do it on the wall. But this one, the higher you go, the deeper the stretch. Again, don't put all your weight into it. And now I'm going to stretch the fingers. So we're going to do thumb to thumb. Makes it go twice as fast. Ooh, that feels great. Oh, yeah. So you could do it one at a time like this, but just giving it a nice little stretch. Not trying to like, don't force it. Trying to get nice and relaxed, folks. Nice and relaxed. Gonna be recording some videos today. I've got one that is I was laughing so hard last night. It's talking about mental imagery and like how you can practice in your head by like just thinking about it. And so the video is gonna come out in like a day or two. I decided to go with all the imagery is gonna be AI generated, and some of the images that it made were just so hilariously bad. I could not stop laughing. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a good one. Now I'm gonna massage. Now that we stretched, I'm gonna do thumb on top, fingers underneath. And I got another video that's gonna be coming out on how to practice quietly, so you can. Ooh, that feels good. Luis, good morning. Hello on YouTube. So you can practice using all sorts of methods. So I mentioned this, like the doorknob to work on traditional or Stevens grip, etc., or like doing this, all sorts of things. So stay tuned on my YouTube channel or on my drumming channel, jaredoleary.com/drum. That's the easiest way to like sort through it all. YouTube has playlists, but it's not as good as my website can be because I can customize things more. You have school. Oh, no. Hopefully you have a good day. I don't have school. I'm done. Unless I want to teach school again. How am I, Austin? I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How about yourself? Now I'm going to massage. Actually, left arm. Realized when I like moved it like this, it was still a little tight right here. By the way, sometimes you might need to massage like your biceps, your triceps, or maybe even your shoulders, depending on how you're feeling up there. Because that tension will kind of like work its way down your arm, which is not good. Now I'm going to massage the thumb in the palm and then the fingers on the back side of the hand. When am I playing Fortnite? I'm playing Fortnite tomorrow. The preview should be up showing it. Actually, I can show you this. So on my YouTube, since you're here, we'll go to view my channel. If you go into the link section, you can actually see right here the stream schedule. And if you click there, that shows you my plan for what I'm going to do. So tomorrow I'll be doing Fortnite and then some limb independence practice stream before that. And then the next Fortnite day will be on Friday. And if you click on this, it shows where I'm live for all of those. So hopefully that helps you out with figuring out when I'll be live and all that fun stuff. Anyways, let's do the other hand. No gaming today. I'm actually debating whether or not I want to make a highlight reel for Ratchet and Clank. I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to do one more pass of like all the clips that I pulled out and then like make a decision today. We're doing base to tip. So if I don't do a highlight reel, I'll be doing a stream, a single player stream starting on Thursday. We'll resume those, but not today when I'd normally do single player. So I'm going to do Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm really looking forward to. You're playing Fortnite after school. Nice. I always love coming home after school and like practicing or playing video games. Always after I did my homework though, so that way I didn't have to rush like at the end of the day. There's a habit that was ingrained in me young was to get the homework done first and then you can chill, do whatever you want. So I'd get through it as fast as I possibly could. And then I'd drum or practice or game or whatever. You can't win? Oh, that's okay. It takes practice, takes time. You'll get good. Give it time. After every game, whether you win or you lose, ask yourself what worked well, what's something that you learned that you might do differently, or what could you improve, etc. Sikoski 21. Good morning, Ghost. Okay, so we are going to go and just kind of like preview some of these things. My GoPro is finished charging. Good to know. Okay, so the framework is great for just playing whatever you want, kind of variation of Chug. So you can just plug that right into there. So this one's available today, but these variations will be releasing over the next couple months. So here's the normal version of Chug. If you go into it, you can go to a timestamp and be like, I want to play this at 110. You ride the bus. Nice. I had to ride the bus too. Only the first elementary school I went to, I walked to. All the other ones, like every school, I had to drive to on the bus. So this is normal Chug. So when people think of Chug, this is what you get. Now, there's another variation that a lot of people tend to play, and it's just the flam accents and flam taps. So very similar, except you just change things up. Fortnite has an update. Yeah. I saw Nick A30 was streaming it earlier. It looks like they have the little lock-on missiles. That's interesting. And then like the solid snake boxes. Which is funny. Don't post your personal stuff. That's not good. Let me see if I can adjust that. It's covering it up. Why is it doing that? I'm just going to remove that one. Yeah, Luis, don't post your personal stuff. You don't want people to know where you live. That's not good. Okay. You're not in trouble or anything. Just make sure you don't do that again. So this is Chug with flam accents, flam taps. Now, another variation of this is Chug with flam accents and rolls. This is without the tag, which I've got that variation as well. Oh, we don't want to do this at 20. That would be too slow. So we go to here, and sure, we'll do it at 110 again. Count us off, get us ready to go. Now notice that it gets rid of the flam after a roll. Why? Because you'd be doing a 3-stroke basically in order to get that in there. So there's no flam on there. That's intentional. Okay, so now there's another version of this. Chug with flam accents and split rolls. No, we don't want to do it at that speed. So this one's got 2 lines to it, which you're probably looking at it going, wait, what is going on here? This is weird looking. Okay, so there's 2 parts. You can either play the top part or the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and play top. Oops. I played the wrong line. Okay, so what's going on here? So this version of it was a fun little variation of Chug that we'd play with like friends and whatnot. Is you'd have like one person or a group of people play the top line, and then another person play the bottom line. So you're splitting the roll. So you're playing. like that, except etc. I screwed up the timing there. But let's listen to it again. I'll play the top line again. Cool, right? Fun little variation for you. Or you could have somebody just do one part, so only play the right hand or only play the left hand. This one kind of gives you like an interesting little variation that you can do. Sleeky, hello on Twitch. You're swapping. Okay, so that's cool. All right, so now instead of playing a split version, here's the version that's got the tag with it. So Blue Devils did like a little repeat of Chug, and this is the tag variation in honor of Tom Float, who died. So Tom Float used to teach at Blue Devils, and actually he signed, I don't know if you can see it, yeah, so he signed the sticks right there. So he was playing at Disneyland on the trash cans and whatnot, and didn't know it was Tom Float, it just said Tom, and I didn't recognize who he was. Just like went up after they were playing and like did the Tom Float handshake, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like he knew how to do that, but a lot of drummers do. And we were talking, and he's like, yeah, I used to teach the Blue Devils, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And so I like finished the conversation, start walking away, and I was like, wait, Tom taught the Blue Devils? Wait a minute. So I went back. I was like, wait, are you Tom Float? And I happen to have his sticks in my backpack at Disneyland because I would drum practice in lines and whatnot, which annoyed everyone around me. So I apologize for that. And yeah, so he signed his sticks because I just so happened to have Tom Float sticks with me at Disneyland. So kind of weird. Yeah, okay. Should be at the right tempo. You want to learn the drums? That just takes a lot of practice. You can do it. You can learn it in school. Oh no! I wanted to add in 2 extra notes, and I was like, wait, those don't belong there, and then I just sped it up. So the tag is... And if you do it with traditional, you have stick click on 2 different spots, and you go into that. Let's try this again. This time without adding in extra notes. I didn't want to add in all the shots in there. It was weird. My pad slid on me. Okay. Well, anyways, so that's the version with the tag, and that will come out in I don't know, probably a month. Let's see, Chug with flam accents and singles. Okay, so this one I did earlier, so I'll just kind of show you it if it loads. Okay, so we have that's basically what your hands are doing, but you split it. So, and notice after the singles, there's no grace note there, because that would be hard to get that extra flam in there. Okay, so that version I've already demonstrated. It's a good one, though. Chug with flam accents and split singles. What? Okay, so same idea as the rolls. You can load? There we go. Except now you play, etc. So you do just the left or just the right. I can't do this one very well, but if you're a bass drummer, you can probably play this one way better than I can. I should slow it down and work it up. All right, so another version is Chug with flam accents and single doubles. Oh, so this one's interesting. So this was a concept that I learned from Murray Gussick What was the name of that exercise? I forget, but it's a good one. So I think 110 will be okay. So you're either going to do doubles or singles, and you kind of switch between the two. Kind of gone off of what I mentioned for like the warm-up. Go. Whoops. No. There we go. Okay, so I screwed up the pattern. I read it wrong. So it starts off with singles for an eighth note, then doubles. So single, 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 and then double, double. But then it flips it for the next part. When you get to the extended version, it's doing the first measure right here, the first phrase, and then the second half of the phrase right there. So you're playing single, 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 double, 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 single, 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 single. So it's a little weird. I screwed up. It's weird. It's a fun one, though. I recommend it. Here. Okay, so Chug with Hertas. Oh, okay. So this one, you're just going to play a Herta for each one of the phrases. I think I'll be okay with 110. So that's what you're going to play for the pattern. Okay, it's a good one. Let's go faster with it. So, sure. Too fast. Yep, perfect. Okay, so now there's another variation 2, var 2. This one, instead of but-a-da-da, it's but-but-it-up, etc. Okay, so same idea. It just puts it, displaces it, so it's dum da da dum instead of da da dum dum for the herta. So basically, working it starting off the left for your hertas. Chug with singles. Oh, okay. So this one, instead of the flam accents on the singles, what you're doing is. Oh no, this one. Etc. I just totally screwed that up. But with singles. I started playing the hertas on there, which is another variation that I could have written out, but I didn't. So this one I sort of demonstrated. I did a 3s and 2s version when I was doing the framework, but you're doing 3, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4. Or instead of doing an accent, you could also just do it all at one height. Etc. So it's a good way to work on your 3s and your 4s speed. Now this one is interesting. So this one is 3s and fast 4s. So I can't do fast 4s right now. Ooh, that's fun. Let's try it. Did not go good. 110 is probably going to be too quick, so let's try it. I was like, why is this BPM off? It's because it's not at the hour mark yet. I was like, is there an error in here? I try real hard to make it so that there's not. These timestamps should be perfect. They are generated by a computer. kind of doing threes in there. Didn't go good. I could work that one up. And you can too when it comes out. Okay, so this is paradiddle diddles with paradiddles. This one I already demonstrated earlier. It's fun. Whew, that's fast. So paradiddle diddle, and then a paradiddle on the short notes instead of on the dotted eighth notes. Okay. Now there's the same idea here, except with Shirley Murphy's, which are 1, 2, 3s. 1, 2, 3, pa-da-da 3, pa-da-da 3. So those are Shirley Murphy's. And then this is kind of like a weird inverted permutation of a paradiddle. Pa-da-da right, and then you do off the left. Pa-da-da right. Okay, so interesting little sticking pattern there. It's a fun little challenge. Another one, cheese, cheddar chuz. Oh yeah, with cheese inverse. Okay, so this one I already demonstrated earlier, but that one will be coming out. And then, oh, this one's interesting. With Swiss kicks. What's a Swiss kick, you might ask? Well, if it loads, I'll show ya. Go. Believe in yourself. YouTube, you can do it. Do it. Yes, you can. Maybe I can't. There we go. Okay. Maddox, good morning. Okay, so Swiss kicks. So we have... Okay, so flam accents into Swisses. A Swiss kick is a Swiss, except you go... Okay, so it's the end of this line right here. So... etc. But if you do traditional grip, or even if you do match, it just doesn't look as cool. You can, instead of doing... You can do a backstick. Etc. So that variation is a fun one that you can do with Swiss kicks and all that stuff. Cool. So that, all of these will be coming out over the next couple of months. This one's available today, the Chug framework. And again, you can play anything you want with this one. It's just providing the shell of the different parts. And then all of these will be coming out soon. Now, if you go back to jaredoleary.com/drum, which I'll just get to there from the links here. You go to the drumming thingy there, and boom. There's also going to be a bunch of technique exercises that'll be coming out. So these Chug variations are coming out. There's going to be a bunch of grid variations that are for 2 accents. And then we got ourselves all these different technique exercises. Now, they're kind of like listed out here, but you don't have access to these yet, not all of them. So these first sets of stuff you do, like up through here and through these permutations. But then right now, after this, you don't have access to these quite yet. So the accent relaxer, so there's a few of these different variations. But basically, you start off at one height. You can do this alternating, you can do this on one hand, etc. And then you go to a 12-inch accent with 11-inch taps. It's like an emphasis. And then you lower the taps a little more, 12 and 9. 12 and 6, 12 and 3, and then you go back up. So 12 and 6, 12 and 9, 12 and 11, and then full 12-inch accents. The point of this is to relax your accents while you're working on your 4s, and then there are multiple variations of this that are also the tap relaxer. So it's the opposite of this. So you start off at 3-inch taps, and then you do a little emphasis, and then 6 inches, and then 9, and then 12, and then you lower the accents again. So this one works on relaxing your taps. And so there's a 4 version of it, and then there's also a 3 version of it as well, which I'm going to organize these a little bit better, and a 2 version. So there's the accent relaxer, the tap relaxer for 2s, and then also for 3s. Now, there's some other interesting exercises that'll be coming out as well. These isolated diddles, threes, and fours. So these, when you do it, so you're playing all on the right. You're basically doing like a roll. Except you're just doing it all in one hand. Then you do a double stop of it. Pad's like, wee, slowly sliding. And then you do it on the left, and then you do it on both, and then you do... And then you do that off the left, okay? So this same idea is transferred over into threes and into four strokes, so you can work on your threes and your fours, etc. doing that. So there's isolated twos or isolated diddles, there's isolated threes, and then there's isolated fours, which is the same concept, but with four strokes. So you can isolate those. And apparently YouTube's going slow. Okay? So stay tuned for those. Those will be coming out. We also have a bunch of variations of different like accent tap exercises that'll be coming out as well. And different variations of diddle timing and five-stroke timing. So it's going to have it accent on 2, accent on 3, and then no accents at all, so all just the same height. Currently, you have access to the diddle timing and five-stroke timing with accent on 1. Another interesting set of exercises that'll be coming out, my wife named these, I thought it was hilarious, are zoom exercises. So these help you speed up something. So in this case, this exercise helps you speed up your paradiddle. So you play like accents, and then you fill it in with part of a paradiddle, and then you play the whole. So that's basically your first line right there. Then you do it off the left. But then the next half of the exercise is filling in the other part of the permutation. So etc. So these zoom exercises, there's one for paradiddles and then paradiddle diddles as well. So that one, man, I gotta organize these. Surprised I didn't do that yet. That one will be coming out later. Oh yeah, and then there's another variation with paradiddle diddle and paradiddle zooms. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so another thing that's going to be coming out are some accent tap exercises. Like, oh, that was weird. I want to make that loud sound at the beginning. Odd. Go. Okay, so 7/4 accent tap. So you have 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Repeat 2 1 2 3, and then you fill it in. Then you repeat it off the left, and then you permutate it. So you have the 2 2 3. The next time you play it, you play 2 3 2 2 3 2, and then you shift the 3 over again, and you go 3 2 2 3 2 2. And you fill it in on the second half of that. So that exercise is a good one, also a good one to mark time to, because your accent taps get on the upbeat, which is a good one to practice too. Yeah, so the diddle strength and three-stroke strength, these are interesting. So these are some variations of some exercises that Jeff Queen taught me. He's a 4-time world champion snare drummer. Got a couple lessons from him. But he was talking about how to like make your diddles nice and even so you don't have like rolls that sound like that, but get the second note as loud as the first note. So this exercise, you add a little emphasis on the first note and then the second note. So you do it off the right, you do it off both, you do it off the left, you do it off both, okay? So this is a good exercise for that, and there's a 3-stroke version of that where etc. Okay, those will be coming out. Another great endurance exercise, this one is a long one, is short, long double beat. And so you play same starting pattern. And then you do off the left, and then you do both hands. So you make sure you don't hear like weird rhythms and whatnot. You want it to sound nice and even. Then you do 3s. Then you do 4s. And then 5s. Etc. So this exercise is a long exercise, but it's a good exercise to work on. To work on your endurance and your doubles and whatnot. 5-stroke roll timing, no accents. Okay, I already talked about that. I already talked about these. Oh, roll timing. This is a good one. So this exercise is a great way to like work on your timing of your diddles and your rolls. So when you're doing this, you're playing normal rolls and inverted rolls, which puts the like upbeat note on the downbeat, which is an interesting thing. So you start normal. And then you invert it right here. Right. The extension. Hi, Minnie. How you doing? Coming to say hello? I love that dog. So this is a great way to work on your timing of your first and second notes, making sure that your rolls are in time when you're playing triplet rolls. So that exercise will be a good one for anyone who's interested in it. Another one is diddle flow. So this one is taking single strokes into double strokes into a pattern, the but-up, and then you do the inverted roll version of this. So right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right, into the double beat pattern for that. Well, a variation of that. Etc. So that's a good exercise to work on as well. And then we have 16-note pyramid. So this one, I actually described this in a comment section on Instagram. I think somebody asked about this one. So this will be coming out in the next couple of months. I forget when. But you start off with a measure of singles, doubles, 4s, 8s, a whole measure, and then 2 measures, and then 4 measures on each hand. So just 2, 3, 4, and you do it on the other hand, etc. So there's a 16th-note version and a triplet version of this to work on. And then the last exercise, that's not a grid variation and not a chug variation, is progressive and regressive double stops, which you're like, what on earth is that? Fancy name for saying you're going to add in a double stop, one at a time for every single measure while playing 8 on a hand, basically. If YouTube will load, you can do it. Believe in yourself. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. Do it. Got to do a little dance to make YouTube work right. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Why is it so slow? Come on. I have really good internet, so I don't know what's up with this. What is going on, my friend? There we go. Okay, so you do 8 on a hand, 8 on the other hand, then you add in 1 double stop. So you... And then you do 2. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. Then you do 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you do a whole measure of double stops, and then you remove a double stop starting from the beginning. So right, both, left, both, and then 2 rights, etc. Okay, so this is a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out over the coming months, and plenty more. Like you saw all the stuff in the drafts, and then also the charts that are going to be releasing. There's more of those. I'm writing more every single day. My goal is to have at least 50 charts by the end of this year, and then just keep adding more grid variations, more technique exercises, more chop stuff. So stay tuned for all of that. You can see it organized on my YouTube channel under the home screen. If you go here, You can go to the drumming content. I also create gaming and computer science stuff, so no apologies on my end for making free content for y'all, but it's a lot. I understand. But if you want to just see the drumming stuff, just click on the header, and then boom, you only see the drumming stuff here. So plenty more to come. But if you want to have it nice and neatly organized, you can go up into links and go to /drum on my website right here. Or you can even see like what kind of gear I use, like what are the sticks I recommend. If you go to percussion, then it shows you here some books I recommend. Thank you for people who have already used these affiliate links. It does help me out. You can see what kind of like foot pedal do I use on the drum kit, what kind of low volume cymbals and heads I'm using. Also, what kind of pads am I playing on? I got pad on pad on pad. So, got these three right here. The slim pad is somewhere else in the room. And then the sticks I'm always using are the Hardeman hammers when I'm chopping out. If I'm doing tenor stuff, I'll use these tenor sticks. And if I'm doing drum kit, I'll use Jack DeJohnette. And then if I play concert snare stuff, which I haven't done in forever, I use the Bolero tips. So you can see all of the stuff that I use, what kind of cameras, etc. on there. And if you go to /drum, that's where you can find all the play-alongs. So here, all the chop exercises, all of these. There's more charts coming out. We just had like a whole month of charts coming out every single day, so wanted to get those out sooner than later. So we did that. But anyways, I'm going to call it here. I appreciate everybody stopping by on the different platforms. And yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing a Fortnite stream. And if you go to what is it, schedule? Yeah, /schedule on my website. And that'll take you here. You can see what I'm streaming, when I'm streaming next. But thank you all, and